Do you remember a time when happiness didn't live inside a screen? When childhood meant scraped knees, dusty shoes, and coming home only when the streetlights turned on? When friends were real, not profiles? When boredom created imagination and silence created strength? If you're Gen X, this isn't just memory, this was your life. Today, let's talk about Gen X, the generation born between 1965 and 1980. The generation that grew up without the internet, but had to adapt to a world controlled by it. You grew up in a world that didn't constantly explain itself. You learned by watching, by failing, by getting back up without applause. They're often called the forgotten generation. You were raised in a time of balance. Parents worked hard. Rules existed, but so did freedom. You were trusted to figure things out. You walked to school alone. You solved problems without Google. You learned patience because everything took time. Psychologically, this created something rare today: self-reliance. Gen X learned early that the world wouldn't always rescue them, so they learned to rescue themselves. That's not cold, that's strength. Back then, no one talked much about mental health. But that didn't make you weak. It made you adaptable. Gen X was not raised to talk about feelings. They were raised to deal with it. Be strong. Don't make noise. So you learned early to sit with discomfort, to push through hard days, to keep moving even when life didn't feel fair. So many of you learned to hide stress, normalize exhaustion, carry responsibility quietly. Psychology calls this resilience, the ability to bend without breaking. You didn't need constant validation. You didn't expect instant results. You understood that real growth is quiet, and that's why Gen X carries a calm confidence, not loud, not flashy, but deeply rooted. Do you remember normal life? Simple weekends, family dinners, conversations without distraction, moments that didn't need to be recorded to matter. Your brain developed in a slower world, one that allowed focus, patience, and emotional regulation. That's why Gen X often feels grounded. You know who you are without needing likes to prove it. The next generation grew up fast with technology, speed, and constant noise. They are creative. They are expressive. They are connected. But Gen X is mentally tough. You can unplug. You can think independently. You can survive change because you've lived through it without tutorials. Psychology shows that growing up with fewer distractions builds stronger attention, deeper problem-solving skills, and emotional endurance. That's you. You are the bridge generation between a world without technology and a world controlled by it. You understand the past. You adapted to the future. You learned both. You remember life before the internet, and you learned to survive after it. This made you adaptable, practical, balanced. You carry wisdom without bitterness. You don't need to announce your strength. It shows in how you move through life. Calm, capable, unshaken. You were raised in a world that made you strong before strong became a trend. So here is the real message. If you are Gen X, your childhood made you strong. Your past made you resilient. Your silence hides wisdom, and your calm hides power. So let me ask you something. When you remember your childhood, do you feel grateful, proud, or a little nostalgic? Tell me in the comments. What part of your childhood do you miss the most? If this made you think different, hit subscribe. We go deeper every day. Don't forget to like the video. It helps more people find messages like this. And if you want to connect with people who think like you, join our Discord community. The link's in the description. Reverse Hub isn't just a channel. It's a mindset.